Okay, so here are some problems for section 2.1. So number 16 says, write an integer for each situation and then graph on a number line. Okay, so for this, when it's just single numbers, we'll make the graphs pretty simple. But we're 5 strokes above par. Now you have to know that par is 0 in golf. That means you did what you're supposed to do and hit it in the number of times you're supposed to. It says 5 strokes above par, which means more than it. So that would be a positive 5 for number 16. And then in a graph for that, this is all I need to see. Where is 0? Where is our 5 at? Put a dot there. I don't need to see a scale or anything because we're just really, in this case, if there's just one number, which is what 16 is, we're just concerned with numbers. I just need to know where is it at, right or left of 0. It says positive is to the right. Now for 18, the elevator descends 18 floors. That means go down, so that means we changed negative 18 floors. So for our number line graph then, if the middle's 0, we're to the left of it at negative 18, so there we go, negative 18. Number 20. Write two inequalities using, yeah, we just do number 20 because 22, actually let's do 22 instead. I like 22 better. So it says write two inequalities using number pairs. Use the symbols less than or greater than. So just for the sake of argument, I'm going to graph this out real quick. I know there are two numbers. The key to this is realizing that negative 1 is the bigger one, so it goes to the right. So the first way to write this would be negative 1 is greater than negative 6. And then if I flipped it, it'd be negative 6 is less than negative 1. There we go. There are two ways of doing that. Number 36. In a recent year, Jimmy Johnson was the point leader in NASCAR's chase to the Cup. Other drivers standing are as shown. Write an integer to describe each driver standing with respect to the leader, and then order the integers from greatest to least. Well, here's the key. They're behind the leader. So Kyle Busch is negative 40. Kevin Harvick, I think that's what his name is, negative 50. Jeff Gordon is negative 20. Tony Stewart's negative 30. So A, they're all negative. Negative 40, negative 50, negative 20, negative 30. Because they're behind. They're below him. And then B is to order it from least to greatest. Well, the smallest one is the negative 50 because it's most to the left. The negative 40, negative 30, negative 20. Again, that's what least means. It just means the left the most. Which one's left versus which one's right. Greatest is to the right, least is to the left. So there we go. And then number 44. Okay. This one I picked because a lot of people make the mistake of trying to remember their rules from before in pre-algebra last year, whatever math class you took. And just go, oh yeah, cancel off the negative and just make it plus 2. No. Order of operations says you have to work within the absolute value first, simplify all that, and then do the work. So 12 in the absolute value is just the absolute value of 12, which is 12. But the absolute value of negative 2, which is the distance negative 2 is from 0. Well, here we go. If we look at this visually, here's 0. Here's negative 2. How far away is this? 2 units. So this is 2. So 12 minus 2 gives us then 10. Okay. And then last but not least, number 48. Evaluate the expression 2y minus x. Well, y is 4. Okay, so it'll be 2 times 4 minus the absolute value of x. Absolute value of x is negative 3. Now again, like I said before, by order of operations, I have to work inside the absolute value first. So I know there's a 2 times 4 going on here, but I have to wait for that technically. And do the absolute value of negative 3. Well, the absolute value of negative 3 is positive 3 because that's how far negative 3 is from 0. It's 3 away from 0, positive. Now I can do 2 times 4, which is 8. 8 minus 5 then is 3. Nope, not 8 minus 5. 8 minus 3, silly goose. 8 minus 3 is 5. I was working ahead in my head. Ugh. Yeah, so sorry about that. Hopefully you don't get too confused by that, and hopefully it makes sense. If you got any questions, just come in and see me before school.